Well, we never want a stomp in the grand finals now, would we? 1-1 apiece in this best of 7 grand finals. 1-0. Welcome back to the midweek muster. Grand finals of week number 5. Wham versus Vortex. Predictions are up. Thank you very much, mods. And Vortex on his classic OG signature civ, the Mongols. Him and Yam on the map. A pretty good one for Mongols. But Wham, well, I would not put anything past this lad. The Jeanne Mongol matchup can be a little bit rough sometimes with Jeanne because you slip once and you get Keshik'd in the face, arched in the face. However, you guys might recall, you might remember this Wham guy from recent movies such as How About Level 1 Jeanne is the best form of Jeanne in that game against Louis MT on Transhumans. So this guy is a whole new ball game. The builds, the creativity we've been seeing out of Wham has really impressed me. Wonder if we'll get anything too creative with Jeanne. My feelings is we're probably going to get a clean play into Feudal Age. Likely we're going to be looking at the range form Jeanne if there's no Rax Rush, but we can see Vortex already rearing up, ready to go with that. And guys, it is a brutal spawn for this play. Outpost Rush on the goal, berries on the forward of the base. Like, this is everything you want as Vortex. It gives you Yam momentum. It lets you see when the knights are coming out and where they're coming out early. And it lets you block golden berries. Wham is going to be very unhappy with this one. Let's see if we can at least find something else beneficial for him. Well, no. Sheep is not going to be the thing, guys. 8 sheep so far to 16. This is a rough matchup from scouting logic. Just because with the Khan's maneuver speed arrows, he should be capable of moving quicker and ahead of you. Like right now, they've now mirrored, but this is kind of tough because by the time you're reaching towards the top of scouting ground, another maneuver arrow can be being fired off. That's why Wham is also conceding territory because he's not quite sure if the maneuver is there right now. So if he heads in the exact same direction, that arrow gets popped, all of a sudden you're in Depression Town. Looks like there is still grabs to be had in that northern corner. Maybe like 4 or 5 sheep, but I think the majority is done. And now even worse still for Wham is this. Vortex. He's got the Rax units on the way. He goes to the dock follow-up. And remember, you can follow this up with an outpost afterwards. We actually saw a very similar play from Wham in his semi-finals where he played Mongols in this map. Cancel the money camp, so won't worry about giving the goodies over. A little bit of poke damage, but not enough to get a kill. So dock already up. Is he going to go for the outpost follow-up? No, not worth it. Vortex says, okay, no, this is already too much wood wasted. We need to get into Feudal Age, which kind of makes sense, right? You're spending 150 wood to then spend another, what, 225 wood? Do you really want to then add in another 100 wood after that? If there was a civ that could justify it, it's Mongols because they start on a tree line, because they move the TC. But the reality check is that by the time you get teched, you'd be up against 2, maybe 3 knights with Jeanne being level 2. Worst case scenario. So, Vortex. The question I have is, are we going to be seeing the Silver Tree? Oh my god, or the Deerstone. I think you go Deerstone here. My feeling is that Silver Tree days are kind of dead. It's situationally nice. Himiyama can be a good map for it, but Deerstone gives you a lot more momentum to play around here. And you kind of need that. You need to have the ability to kite jump, but also snipe her efficiently. And maneuverability gives you that. That's brutal, by the way. 3 sheep to 16. He's actually counting his lucky stripes it wasn't an outpost rush, because that would have pushed you all the way to the back here against Mongols that can build Keshiks. Yeah, tricky situation Wham would have been in. Then again, we know how much he loves his walls. He probably would have found a way of wiggling out of it. But Deerstone down the way. Wham, queue up Horseman. He does know he's not getting outpost rushed, right? This is very brazen because if Vortex is going Keshiks, your entire comp is already flopping. He's setting up archery ranges very early. He stopped gathering gold entirely. I mean, this is all seen, guys. Like, you can't make these type of plays subtly against Mongols. There is a giant falcon flapping its wings above your head. We're not the only bird in bird's eye view. So Vortex knows this. Stables should be getting prepped. Oof. This offers up a very healthy early game for Vortex. Meanwhile, Wham trying to go for a dock play, but I don't like this. Wait, he knows! Look at that! He just needs to shuffle around. He needs to split this correctly to block it indefinitely. Wham! Oh no, Vortex moves! Big mistake there. The dock is going to go up. Archer ship will not come out quick enough for Vortex. This is about to be a very uncomfortable pond in our grand finals. Melee Jeanne also here to party. This has to be Keshik's, right? Like, the way has been paved. Vortex instead, a little bit delayed on making a choice right now. I mean, I can't blame him. You're kind of thrown off by this. Who expects this play? Outpost now coming up as well. Wham! Making a claim for the center of the map. Just want to process that we're in the grand finals and we have like an absurd tug of war over the teensy tiniest pond you'll probably see in a grand finals. Outpost now up. Villagers wasting a lot of time torching this down though. So if you're wondering why is Wham so obsessed with this, remember he needs it. He can't go without it. I mean, look at it. He's got one sheep, one whole sheep, and then berries on the front side. This is his world right now. Vortex is going to just ignore it and move to the next thing though. Keshiks are coming. An outpost being built up on the side. Wolves are being annoying about it though. And I don't think he caught the dock. Did he catch the cleave on the fishing boat side? Okay, so what I'll say about that, because I can't even remember if they actually fixed it fully yet. That's very hard to police because he could have been cleaving. He didn't know it was going to be garrison, right? So I don't think I'm going to call that a bannable rebake or whatever. I've talked about these things before. Things like animation cancelling, cleaving when you're about to go in buildings. They're very hard to essentially measure in 10. It's not like if, for example, for 30 minutes, a guy's very quickly speed clicking with horse archers. That's very obvious. My recommendation, devs just need to patch these things. Keshik's now arriving. This is a bit early. You don't want to be diving in just yet. Vortex is going to need undermesh now that he's seen the outposts are up. Docker's about to get burnt down, so we have got fishing on the way now for Wham. Walls are also going up, his favorite thing to do. However, this is dangerous. If Vortex now skirts the base, which he's likely to do because this outpost is incontestable, he's going to find that villager. And this is not French, right? So any eco losses are actually very painful for Jeanne because you don't have a quicker TC. Or Keshik's coming. I mean, I like this from Vortex. Archer plus Keshik's is your dream. And you're getting it here because this is a Jeanne player playing with 0 knights. A little bit of poke here. Luckily for Wham, Vortex hasn't checked all the way around yet. Okay, and unluckily for Vortex, funnily enough, he might still be able to get a kill on a worker there. Bit of a misclick. Vortex having the Khan there is actually making it harder to kill anything because he keeps opening fire instead of letting the Keshik's gap close. It's a classic issue, right? Like, we've seen this before where sometimes you just kind of wish you didn't bring him. You probably would have killed 2 workers there. And the funniest part is that it was a low HP worker he didn't even finish off. Pashes from Vortex making his life a little bit simpler on land at least. And we do have Blacksmiths now coming, so undermesh soon. Keshik counter's looking really healthy for Vortex. Here it has 2 more queued up. This is ramping up very painfully for Wham. I mean, you've gone for Melee Jeanne. And the problem with Melee Jeanne here is that Keshik's will just eviscerate her. Khan needs a toggle mode for fire? Okay, here's your toggle mode. Click him somewhere else. To be fair. Oof, Wham. Early warning at least, but that's an outpost and a mill that Vortex can get paid for. Instead, though, he wants blood. There's only 3 spears. A little bit hesitant. You don't want to give any XP over to Jeanne at this stage. We have a lot of walls from Wham. This is such a Wham move. You're playing what's viewed as one of the most aggressive civs in the game, and you're walling yourself into a corner. Holy crap. I mean, the funny part is, like, Wham has this gold sitting here. He just doesn't want to touch it. Spears of Horseman, it seems to be the name of the game, but you're so far behind on the timing right now. On top of that, Blacksmith, like, I don't know how Wham is meant to win this. You can't play long feudal without Blacksmith here. He has got the back gold. He just needs to make sure he's actually getting them. And there we go. Mining camp's coming in. So he is going to be going for that Blacksmith timing. But these walls took a long time, guys. Even just 2 workers doing this took double the time it used to, remember. So painstaking amount of economy being missed in there. For a guy who's meant to have a lead because he's got fishing boats, you kind of feel like you're behind. Vortex looking to burn through the wall. Outposts are at least coming up. Wow, still with Dark Age Spears. Oh no. We've been here before, Wham and his upgrades. He queues up at night instead of getting them out of Dark Age. No. This can't be happening. Well, the burn through was successful on the outpost, so a little bit of payday there for Vortex. He didn't kill the mill, though. He might just come for the dock. It's like, okay, this is a back and forth affair. You deny me food, I deny you. Archer ship gets queued up, but like realistically, you don't care. You've got undermesh, you've got enough torch damage. Even if that archer ship comes out, the dock is still going down. Wow, now trying to march out, but good luck with that. I mean, he could just peel archers to kill you right now. Steeled arrow guarantees that. So nice split up here. Keshiks would just be able to burn the dock down. A little bit of an overreaction by Vortex. I think you just come in. And instead, archers, yeah, they're going to dive in. So guy's like, wait, what do you mean the pond is tiny? Where do I go? Afterlife, mate. 6 foot under. Actually, maybe 12 at a stretch for that pond. Clears the way. Outpost now also in a bit of a pickle. The horsemen regretting their existence. Wham is making a farm transition. Okay. Well, this is grim because you may have farms, but Vortex is about to have age free. Wham can't really afford to go age free from this position. He's still behind. Jeanne doesn't need gold, she has faith. Yeah, but like if you judge like faith by Catholic Church, those guys like the dono pots quite a lot, you know. A little bit of church tax. They have faith, but golden nuggets pay the bills, y'all. Keshik's now riding in. Uh-oh. Wow, Vortex. I mean, he could have went in and massacred there. He's going to wait, though. I mean, why rush, right? You've got Kurultai now on the way. And indeed, Chivalry for just 6 nights. I mean, well, I don't think you can do anything once the Kurultai completes. Veterancy for Keshiks. Veterancy for Archers even more so. In a game where you still don't have a blacksmith tech, finally we've got it coming in. We're going to have to pay for all those. Very expensive now when you're this far behind, right? 175 resources a piece. That's 700 resources total. You are Vortex just dumping more Keshiks onto the battlefield. Another double production. Don't understand the appeal of Jeanne versus French. Jeanne gives you an interesting tempered time. I think Jeanne is useful. It depends on the matchup, though. Also, especially since they made the change now where your unique units can come out of the respective buildings, there's actually a bit more versatility there that I actually think to this day is still underexplored with Jeanne. We'll see that change, though, in the coming months. So, JD is good versus Mongols when you float loads of knights, and as long as you keep momentum. Like, if you screw up at any stage, though, it's kind of similar to the French matchup of like, oh, they have more heavy cav, Jeanne dies. But yes, Keshiks are meant to be worse than French knights, so Jeanne should win. But Wham, because he was out of food, didn't feel like he could go knights, right? Like, this game was decided by food. Which is, I mean, more specifically decided by cheap, which is a very Wham-esque thing. Flash coming in. But Veterancy for Keshix is already in. This is curtains closed. Vortex is going to be taking the lead. GG gets called. I'm trying to think, is there a player other than Wham that has more issues with sheep halls? It's almost just echoed in my brain at this point, but he's either so frequently used to be the guy getting the majority of sheep. So I remember the early days when we have things like French pass in map rotations, but these days, feels like very often when I see him on Jeanne or French, he seems to just be lucking out. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll catch you all in the next one.